I'm Katie Baugh.
And I'm Callan Hogan, and we're back with another episode of Hoyavision from home.
We've got a lot to cover today, so stay tuned, Hoyas.
Starting off our show, Melody and Mia put together some information regarding financial aid for our students.
With that being said, this information is super important, so make sure you're paying attention, Hoyas.
Hey Hoyas, are you starting to apply to colleges this fall and worried about the FAFSA form? If so, take a look to getting your FAFSA form completed early. There are 2 easy ways to access the form. One through directly visiting the studentaid.gov website, or if you have Instagram, through the Hoya Counselors page. If you are doing it through the page, click on the link of their bio and hit the FAFSA section of the link tree. There, it will bring you all the information you need on how to fill the form all for free. If you don't know where to start on filling out the FAFSA form, scroll down and hit the option called Find FAFSA Help, and there it will show you step by step on how to apply, including creating a FAFSA ID, gathering the right documents to apply, and how to provide your basic information for the form. The deadline to turn in the FAFSA form is June 30th, 2022, and although it may seem a little early to start your FAFSA now, make sure you do it so you can get a better chance of getting more financial aid. Good luck, Hoyas!
Thank you, Melody and Mia, for that incredibly useful information.
I really need to get on that when I get the chance, but I feel like I have no free time ever.
Really? Well, I've heard differently from the Hoyas.
What do you mean?
Since quarantine started, a lot of students had so much time on their hands they even picked up a few new hobbies.
Ooh, I want to see what the Hoyas have been up to.
Let's switch it over to Kyle and Connor to see who they talk to.
Hey Hoyas, over quarantine, students have had a lot of time to try new things. A lot of them have even picked up new hobbies. Let's see what they got into.
Last Christmas, I was listening to Christmas carols in the car, and it was the song Chestnuts Roasting by an Open Fire. And I was like, man, I want to play that song. And then it kind of started small, and I started playing more and more harder songs to get to the point I am now. Being able to play the songs I liked. My dad, when I first started playing piano, he was like, yo, play this song. You need to play this song. And I never really liked being told what to play. I kind of like listening to a song and be like, I want to play that, my own choice in playing a song, you know? Being able to put a lot of time into something that's very difficult at first, you know? Being able to focus on 2 things that are going in completely opposite directions, right? You have one hand going one way, the other hand going the other way. So to be able to focus and be able to struggle through difficult moments to create something beautiful, I guess, is something I've learned. I just finished learning this one song from Minecraft, actually. It's called Alpha, and it's basically this 5-minute long song, and the hands, so one hand like basically does like a circuit, it like goes up and down the keyboard, and the other hand's doing chords and ostinatos, and it's like a whole bunch of stuff. And it's super difficult to learn how to play. I had to put the video at like 0.75 speed for the longest time, just to be able to play like the first like 30 seconds of it, actually.
So glad to see that people are picking up new things. See you next time, Hoyas.
I bet there's some students who picked up some sports during quarantine also.
Oh yes, I'm sure. And speaking of sports, Hspn has a lot to cover today. So take it away, Paige and Bianca.
Hi, I'm Tate.
I'm James.
And welcome to Hspn. We have a lot of things to talk about, like sisters on the volleyball team, interviews with some of our great coaches, and what basketball players keep in their bags to get ready for the tryouts this year.
Kate, aren't basketball tryouts super close?
They really are. And Bianca and Melanie did a great segment on what's going on and keeping in their bags.
Let's check it out.
Hey Hoyas, I'm Bianca Sanchez.
And I'm Melanie Reading.
On Hspn, and today we are going to dunk into our Harrison basketball player and coach's bags to see what's inside. It's something you bring to every game and every practice for your players.
All right, so the first item that we're going to go through here is our med kit. We bring this pretty much every practice or game. This has all types of stuff in it. We've got pre-wrap, tape. Also have our blood uniform in here. If someone was to get injured or they get blood on their uniform, that's sort of a backup that we carry to make sure that they've got something else that they can change into.
I always have a pack of gum in my bag, a sweat towel, hoop shoes.
You can see things that we're charting during the game or during practice. We've got our play call sheet here, all of our plays and options on there. and then also our scouting reports of who we're playing.
Why do you think it's necessary to bring these objects to every game or practice?
Superstitions or things that we may do differently than other places. So one item that all of our coaches always bring during games is going to be a sport jacket. So we always wear a suit and tie on the sideline. I got my start coaching at the University of Alabama under Coach Anthony Grant, and it was sort of just a staple of the program there that you made sure you were dressed up like that.
It depends. Hoya basketball practices, I take our Hoya bag that I got from last year. Anywhere else, like Lake Point and stuff, I take my red bag that I'm about to take right now.
All right, well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Bianca Sanchez.
And I'm Melanie Reading with HSPN.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, Hoyas.
Wow, that's really interesting what they all keep in there. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you know what's more interesting?
What's that?
Siblings on the same team.
It's like a connection. They just keep it going with the sibling connection. That is insane.
Yeah, and Tori and Noah got to talk to them about what it's like. Let's play it.
Hey Hoyas, today I'm here with Ava and Nora Harmon, who are sisters on the volleyball team, and we're going to get the insight on how sisterhood affects the way they play. So Nora, how does being the only freshman on varsity and having a sister affect how you play volleyball and how it is with the team?
Having a sister on the team probably makes me more comfortable to go to practices, and especially in the beginning when I didn't really know anyone, so she kind of like told me what to do and like helped me.
Ava, do you like or dislike having a sister on the team?
I definitely like it because, well, I didn't know she was going to be on varsity, and so like having a sister on the team just makes it a lot more fun, and then we can like go home and like talk about practice and stuff. So yeah, and it's fun doing drills together and like seeing how each other do, like how each other does, because we've never like played on a team together, so it's definitely different than it like usually is.
How does playing together affect the bond you have off the court?
I mean, it's pretty much the same, but we do get to talk about practice a lot. And then we also rely on each other. Like, we'll forget things, like an extra shirt that we have to wear. And then the other one will be like, hey, do you have this? So it's like, we get to rely on each other, which helps. And then, yeah, I'd probably say the same thing. Like, we kind of, like, help each other remember things, and then we get to talk about like games and like practices and stuff. And then it definitely I guess it kind of helps our relationship because we can recognize each other's strengths and stuff, and we can be like, oh yeah, like you did really well tonight.
It's really cool they work together. They really must have some weird sibling connection that helps them play on the field.
Yeah, I'm sure they have that sibling bond that it builds their chemistry.
Well, Connor and Paige got to check in with some of the great coaches we have at Harrison and got to even talk to the big man himself, Coach D.
My name's Coach Matt Dickmann, and I'm the head football coach at Harrison High School.
Coach Farmer, coach football here. I'm on the varsity coaching staff on the offensive side. I coach tight ends, and then I coach special teams as well.
Has Corona affected the environment of the locker room in terms of team chemistry?
You know, the kids will be kids. They're the same. They have to wear a mask. That's about the biggest difference. But, you know, we're trying to, since we started this thing, we've kind of learned a lot.
Yeah, I think in a way it has. I think part of it is that, you know, they're not allowed to hang out in the locker room anymore. It's really in and out. So you come in, you got to wear a mask, you got your temperature taken before you get in there.
Have to be safe. You know, these guys love each other. They want to hang out. They want to be close. That's okay once you're in the bubble, but you can't do that when you get outside the bubble and then come back and do that. So those are the things we've really talked about. But team chemistry wise, you know, they've been the same old guys they always have been.
How has the transition been from losing important seniors to having a majority of younger players playing then?
Well, that's been tough because we always pride ourselves on in the off season, taking advantage of that time. You know, we have class together, so we do weightlifting.
Hard. You know, we had a lot of really good seniors. We graduated 17, 18 guys that really contributed, played a lot of football, and almost all of those went on to play college football somewhere.
It looks like the football season's going relatively well, and there's a lot of room to work, but I'm sure we'll get it together.
I think all of our seasons are going pretty well.
Well, looks like that's another great episode of HSPN for us today.
I think you're right. Thanks for tuning in. This has been James.
This has been Tate. This is HSPN. I'll get right back to Hoyavision.
Thanks, Paige and Bianca, and welcome back to Hoyavision.
Katie, don't you think it's starting to get super chilly outside?
Yes, I love it. I'm so excited for all the fall festivities coming our way.
Same. Didn't you play fall trivia with the Hoyas?
Yes, speaking of, let's see how well the Hoyas know their fall facts.
Hey Hoyas! With fall kicking off and Halloween just around the corner, I thought of no better way to celebrate than a little bit of fall trivia. Let's see how y'all do.
When's the first day of fall?
September 22nd.
What flavor or scent is associated with fall?
Pumpkin.
What country did Halloween originate from?
I don't know. Like France?
What's considered the scariest haunted house in the world?
McCamey Manor.
You got it! Oh my gosh, you knew it! Who sings the song The Monster Mash?
Maroon 5.
What is the most sold Halloween candy?
Candy corn.
In the movie, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, what does Charlie Brown continuously receive when he's trick-or-treating?
Like, Tootsie Pops or something?
What is the candy of fall and Halloween time?
Candy corn.
Good job, Hoyas, and thanks for joining. Happy fall, y'all!
Watching that has me ready for Halloween.
I know, it reminds me of all my fun Halloween memories.
Me too. I have so many sweet Halloween memories.
I'm sure the Hoyas have some special memories too, so let's go reminisce.
Hey Hoyas, I don't know about you, but I love Halloween. I have a lot of great memories from when I was a kid trick-or-treating and dressing up. And apparently some of our Hoyas do too. Riley Curtis had a chance to go talk to a few students about some of their favorite Halloween memories and costumes from when they were younger. Let's go see what they had to say.
So what are some of your favorite Halloween memories, and how do you think these traditions will be affected by COVID this year?
Well, I always like getting the most candy out of my night, so I'm always running house to house, which usually means I'm always trick-or-treating with boys because girls don't do that. They don't like running house to house. But that's okay. And then I also go to Halloween parties sometimes, but that's a big no-no this year, so I'm definitely just gonna break into my friend's house and hang out with her instead.
So some of my favorite Halloween memories have been from 6th to 8th grade. We would have family friends come over, and we would eat chili before going out to trick-or-treat. And then once we were done trick-or-treating, we would come back and literally eat all of the candy.
Throughout the years, what has been your favorite Halloween costume that you've worn?
The Wonder Woman one. I've worn it for like 4 years now.
I actually went trick-or-treating with a couple of friends, and we dressed up as like the Monster Inc. characters.
Some of your favorite treats and goodies during Halloween?
So my favorite treats are Rice Krispie treats and like chocolate covered pretzels, because with the Rice Krispie treats we would like make them into ghosts.
Pumpkin roll, and then candied apples, so like caramel apples, but we haven't done that in a while.
What are you gonna be for Halloween, Katie?
I was thinking either a cat or a ninja or a detective.
A detective? Katie, we already have one of those.
What? Who?
We have Mark, our personal world's worst detective.
Oh boy, I know I'm not the only one who wants to see this.
Take it away, Mark.
My name is Dan Maxwell. Around here they call me Q-Tip. I've been a rookie detective for about 8 years now. It's pretty hard to get promoted if you don't solve any crimes, and if you're always late. I have a hard time waking up in the morning because I get the AM and FM mixed up. My mom used to always say to me, "Your dad will let you get away with murder." So I've committed the rest of my life to making sure that no kid has that happen. All of the good detectives have one of those little like glass thingies. All the professionals use them. I've asked for one for Christmas this year. I asked last year too. I love the anticipation of putting the pieces of the puzzle of the crime together. Now, I was never really good at puzzles as a kid, but I was good at hide and go seek. Still am, and that's important. A really neat thing about being a detective is sometimes I'll be at the station doing my crime stuff, and we'll have a kid come and visit. And he'll always run up to me and say, "Hey, can I get a photo?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And he hands me his phone, and I get to take a photo of him with one of our policemen. One thing I really love, well, I shouldn't say love, but one thing I think is really awesome about crime scenes is when I get to go down there and I can see if the victim is someone I know. Criminals, if you're watching this, the more evidence you leave, the quicker I'll find you.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go with cat.
Yeah, that might be the better idea.
Well, Hoyas, that's all the time we have for this week's episode.
Stay healthy and stay tuned for next Friday's episode.
As always, I'm Katie Baugh.
And I'm Callan Hogan.
And this has been Hoyavision from home.
Have a great weekend, Hoyas.